Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real pleasure to be able to speak to you today. Maybe you could just kick off with a brief introduction to Good Night Oppy. What can audiences expect when they watch this film?
Good Night Oppy is about a robot that was supposed to live for 90 days and ended up surviving for 15 years. So it is an adventure story. It's a story of discovery on an uncharted planet. There had never been an overland expedition of Mars, and she was sent there in 2003 and didn't die until 2018. So I hope it's a story of adventure and a journey for the audience, but it's also a story about the connection between humans and non-humans because the story focuses on the human beings back on Earth who operated this robot every day and formed this very incredible, unexpected emotional bond with her.
And I have to admit, I was quite ignorant of the existence of these rovers and their story. How did you kind of enter into this world, and where did you even begin and trying to tell this story? Because it's told with such, humanity and emotion and the music, and we really go on a journey far beyond what you might expect when you think you're going to watch something about robots on Mars.
Right. I think on its face value, it can sound very much like a science heavy doc or an educational documentary. And I want people to go into it with an open mind, like any film that's about a journey. This is one of the craziest adventures that humankind has ever created. It's a technical marvel that they were even able to land these rovers on Mars, and these robots' lives on Mars was incredibly exciting. And so we did want to make a film that had a lot of heart and had a lot of humanity. And my favorite films growing up as a kid in the 80s were films like E.T. that were about that sense of wonder and awe. And it's very rare as a documentary filmmaker that you can tell a story that audiences of all ages can watch. This isn't a kids movie, but you can bring your kids, and I think kids will enjoy it and be inspired by it. So that was our real goal, was to create an emotional journey, and hopefully by the end of the story, the audience was moved, and like you said, in unexpected ways that they didn't expect to be moved by the story of a box of wires.
And of course, there's so many great elements to it. You know, the beautiful way the animation has created the looking at the rovers, but also all this insight into the control room and these characters that emerge who followed this journey, then playing those songs in the morning, and how much it meant to them to be attached to these projects, and how it was kind of a love story for some of them. Were you even taken aback by some of that footage and some of these amazing people involved with it?
I was constantly shocked and surprised with how emotional these people were. I think we assume engineers and scientists, rocket scientists, are probably pretty academic and probably pretty detached or unemotional from their work. And every time we talked to someone who was a part of this mission, it was so much more than just work to them. It was such a passion and an emotional endeavor that they had gone on, that they are really the heart of the film. You know, without them, I think it probably would be just an educational or scientific documentary. But because these human beings felt this mission so deeply, it makes it relatable. You know, so much of the film, I think, is about the circle of life and the idea that, you know, even when we have these incredible technical achievements, we might not live to see the day when the seeds that were planted harvest. You know, like we might never, who knows, we may, but we might never see humans land on Mars during our lifetime. But these robots are paving the way for humans to do that one day. And so I think there's a real power in that idea of something bigger than ourselves, and the idea that the work of human beings can be for the greater good of humankind, even after we're not on this earth anymore.
I think I'm out of time, but thank you so much for sharing all that with me, and can't wait for everyone else to have the opportunity to see this really inspirational film. Thanks so much.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Thanks a lot.